Hi guys, I'm here today to do my May wrap up. I'm only gonna talk about the last 2 weeks of May, because I did a weekly wrap up for week 1 and week 2, which I'll link down below if you want to check it out. In May, I read a total of 20 books, and I'm only gonna talk about 10. And I was able to complete my Goodreads goal, which was 104. I'm at 108. So I achieved that in May. I am gonna first talk about the 3 books I do not own a physical copy of, and then I'll talk about the 3 Kindle books, and then the 4 physical books I read this month, or the last 2 weeks. The first book I read is The Crown by Kiera Cass. I checked that out at my library. This is the 5th and final book in the Selection series, and this picks up where the heir finished, and this follows Evelyn and her still selection going on. I'm not going to tell you who she ends up with because that's a spoiler. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it, and I thought it was a good end to a good series. So yeah, the next one I checked out at my library was Until Jax, which is book 1 in the Until Him series by Aurora Rose Reynolds, and I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. This follows Jax and Ellie, and I would kind of recommend reading Until July before you read Until Jax, because it's kind of like they connect. But I really enjoyed it, and I'm really liking her and Until Him series, and can't wait to read Until June, which just came out. So yeah. And then the next one was a review, and that is Throttle by Tegan Cade, and I gave this 3.5 out of 5. This follows Andy, who is a race car driver, and Sarah, who is like a PR person for a company that is sponsoring Andy, and they have like a love-hate relationship, and a lot of stuff happens, and I did like it, and I will maybe read another Tegan Cade book, but it had some sport. It had race car driving in the book, so if you're a fan of that, maybe. I did like it, and those are the 3 books I don't physically own. Now on to the 3 Kindle books I read. The first one is the last book in the Mitchell family series by Jennifer Ford, which is Loving Her, and this is the box set that I read it in, and it follows Ty and Miranda, and it is the 9th and final book in the Mitchell series. So now I can start the spin-off series, which follows the kids in these series. I really enjoyed it. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars, and can't wait to start the spin-off series. The next book I read is Obligation by Aurora Rose Reynolds, and this is book 2 in the Underground King series, and this series right now is 99 cents, the first 3 books, so if you're interested, these are quick and easy, enjoyable reads. They're kind of like mystery with romance, and this was like 213 pages. And I get this 4 out of 5 stars. This follows Kai, and Mila. And they get married, and they knew each other from childhood, but Mila disappears when she was a little girl, and she doesn't remember him. But they get married to save Mila because some people are after her, and Kai does it to protect her. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars, did enjoy it, and can't wait to continue on with the series. And the last book I read on my Kindle is Some Kind of Perfect by Krista and Becca Ritchie. This is the epilogue book that this book is told in a span of 10 years. 6 different point of views. You have Connor, Rose, Lily, Lo, Daisy, and Reich. And I absolutely love this book. And I thought it was a perfect end to a wonderful series. One of my favorite series. And I gave it 5 out of 5 stars, and I loved it. So, yeah. Now on to the 4 physical books I read. The first one is book 9 in the Addicted/Callaway Sisters series, and this is before Some Kind of Perfect. And this follows Reich and Daisy, and I absolutely love this series, and this may be my favorite. I also really liked Some Kind of Perfect, but I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. But this only follows Reich and Daisy in their point of view. You got a glimpse, the epilogue, you got a glimpse of what happens in Some Kind of Perfect, but at the epilogue of this book, at the end, it goes 10 years later, and that is where Some Kind of Perfect comes in to play. It's all of these years that you're missing. And I really enjoyed it, and I'm sad that this series is over, but I'm glad that I have it so I could reread it again. And I most likely will reread this series because it's one of my favorites. And then I read books 1 and 2 in the Beautiful Mess series by G.K. Lee, which you have Beautiful Mess and Tragic Wreck. I gave Beautiful Mess 4.5 out of 5 stars and a Tragic Wreck 5 out of 5 stars. Really enjoyed it. This follows Olivia, who can't remember who she is. She can't remember some of her memories, she remembers bits and pieces. Her parents died in a car crash. She remembers that. And then she meets Alex, who is a billionaire, and he actually knows who she is. They were best friends during childhood, and they get to know each other again. These are a darker romance. So you have the mystery and the, so yes. And A Tragic Wreck picks up where A Beautiful Mess left off, and Olivia's starting to remember more stuff about her past and who she is and stuff. So I'm excited to continue on with this series. But yeah. And then the last book I read is The Last Mile by Katie Ashley, which is book 3 in the Vicious Cycle series. And this follows Bishop and what is her name? Samantha. And Samantha is a ATF agent who decides to go undercover as one of a old lady to another undercover cop in the motorcycle club to get to see what this club is doing and if it's illegal and stuff. And then she meets Bishop, and she's starting to like him, and things get a little complicated. And I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. Really enjoyed this series, and yeah, so those are all of the books I read this month. Comment down below what books you've read, and I'll see you guys later with a halfway point. I'm gonna do a halfway point of saying how I'm doing on my goals, if I need to change any and stuff, which is coming soon. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.